and a sea of superfluous clauses, tangents,
Cast aside all rational thought.
prepositions, and
You got some sauce?
abundance of adverbs, run-ons,
He decided,
sentences, and other
holding up the sky.
collections of words. I think we skip dippity-doo-ha!
Greetings, YouTube.
Greetings, YouTube.
Today I have a special treat for you. I get to interview one of my very favorite YouTubers. He's one of the most creative personalities I think that there are out here.
He's one of the reasons I stuck around this place. He's one of the reasons I make videos.
He's one of those, when I see a new video pop out, I immediately stop what I'm doing and I go watch it. I would like to welcome, without further ado,
Azrienoch.
Azrienoch.
Well, you're a very sweet man. Thanks for having me.
So Jeff, what's with the hyphenated name?
The hyphenated name happened when I got married. My wife and I didn't want to dominate each other, so we both took on each other's names by hyphenating. We went with mine first, of course. That means that mine is just slightly better, but yeah.
X's and O's, Edge of the Abyss, the fake Sagan ponages. You put a lot of effort into your videos, and I just want to know where you find inspiration for this stuff. I mean, why do you do it? And further, what is it you use to create your animations with?
Well, I do most of my animations with After Effects, that is the typography videos specifically. But I use a program called Crazy Talk 5 for animating mouths. I'm pretty sure that After Effects has a mouth animation tool, but I'm not very good with After Effects yet, so there it is. Although I've done X's and O's and other animations that I've done before. The one about the cloud and the sun taking over the man. I forget what that was called. Anyway, I did those with Sony Vegas 9. 8 or 9. Doesn't matter. I did it with Sony Vegas. As far as inspiration goes, money was really it. I don't get much from YouTube, but it's more than I get doing anything else. So, I just snorted. But to put a lot of effort into a video is something that I think needs to be done, having a good quality. I mean, there's no real reason to put out a video on YouTube if you don't think it's going to be seen, right? So, if you think it's going to be seen, make the video good, I guess.
If you could turn invisible, what would be the first thing that you'd do?
I would look at myself in the mirror to see if it were true.
Do you believe in unicorns?
No.
Sasquatch?
No.
Easter Bunny?
No.
Loch Ness?
No.
The Tooth Fairy?
No.
Ghosts, apparitions?
No.
Swordfish?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Jeff, I know that you're a published author. Are you currently working on any books? I think I asked you this in a Blog TV. Yes, Blog TV, and you answered me, but now you get to answer everyone else.
I'm working on a few books here. The main one is a book about a guy who he makes signs in this obscure little town called Dixon, Missouri. So he's like the advertiser. He's the only advertiser, but his job is to make signs. Anyway, his signs are so powerful that everybody follows them. He can get anyone to do anything that he writes, that he advertises on his signs. He doesn't know he has this power, but it's there. That's just the main character, though. The story is, I mean, aside from about the main character, it's also, I'm trying to make it so that you get a real feel for how isolated most of America is, and at the very least that Dixon, Missouri is, because at the time that the story is going on, World War III is happening through most of the world, and it actually includes most of the world for a world war. You know, South America and Africa, all those countries in those continents are also fighting this war. But in this little town of Dixon, Missouri, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody even knows really what's going on or why. So I'm telling stories of like items, things, and people that even traditions that exist in Dixon, Missouri, on account of what's going on the outside, and nobody knows these traditions, but they're being told anyway. So usually I'll go through a story and say the almost ironic lineage of this person, item, idea, trend, whatever, and then end the story with, but nobody knows that. Like the main character is narrating the story, but he identifies himself, in his narration, he identifies himself as the character and as a narrator. Sometimes he'll say, I don't actually know this, I'm just being a good narrator. Anyway, that's the kind of story it is.
Have you ever hallucinated?
Yes, many times, and a number of them were very enjoyable. I was in the the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota, and up there, the northern lights are spectacular. They are brilliantly colored. They're shining all across the sky over the lake. So we took a big old bag of shrooms and stayed there for a week, just sitting on the beach and tripping. Yeah, good times.
Some months ago, I was on your site and I saw that you had basically told everyone to eat a dick and yada yada yada. What was it that pissed you off so bad, and why did you decide to come back?
Oh God. Okay, so the very first thing that was happening was I'd started using e-cigarettes, and I was quitting smoking. I got down to absolutely nothing, and I smoked. I did not smoke for a month and a half. Like, I did really, really well on e-cigarettes. The problem is, and it's not a side effect of e-cigarettes exactly, it's a side effect of quitting smoking, is that I got very, very depressed. So I had no reason for it. I didn't know why I was getting depressed. The thing that triggered it was I made a video called "Stay Home, Be Safe." It still boggles my mind, but apparently it's really, really, really close to one of George Carlin's bits. Like, there's, in my tangent, there's mention of an Aunt Betty, and somewhere in there the universe opens up from laughing too hard. In George Carlin's bit, there is an Uncle Dave, and the universe opens up. The two have two completely different ideas behind them, but at the same time, I see the similarities. I hadn't seen that skit before I made the video, and the constant accusation that I was plagiarizing him was just getting to me, and so that's what triggered the end, which is more like a new beginning.